Hi, everybody, and happy Monday evening. Peter Greenberg here with you again with my report on the world of travel in the age of Corona. Well, I think it's a safe bet to say on this Monday that the world has truly stopped traveling. In fact, for most of them, they can't travel. Borders have been closed, not just physical borders, but airspace as well. Everybody is essentially in a lockdown all around the world. In the Middle East and the Gulf, in Asia, in Africa, in Australia, in America, a little bit of traffic. But everybody else has closed down, and airlines have stopped flying entirely. In fact, some airlines have stopped flying through the end of May. Now, last week I reported that a number of airlines were in trouble. By the way, they're still in trouble. But one of them, Norwegian, which had basically canceled 4,000 flights and laid off 90% of their staff, they got a lifeline of about $260 million from the Norwegian government. SAS got another one as well. So the good news is they may still be flying, but I can almost guarantee you that when they come back, they will not be coming back at the same size they were just a few weeks ago. Now, the U.S. airlines have cut 95% of their international schedule because they have literally nowhere to go. They've cut their domestic schedule by more than 40% or down to 40%, with load factors of only about 20 to 25%, which under normal terms is unsustainable, but they're continuing to fly. Why? Not because they want to, but because most people have forgotten how they got started in the business in the first place. The airlines got started hauling the U.S. mail, and they're using that as a lever to get that $50 billion bailout. More on that tomorrow when I update you. But here's the deal. The real problem now has been compounded by things we didn't even anticipate. Air traffic controllers testing positive for the virus, meaning shutting down entire ATC centers. We had a full ground stop at LaGuardia just the other day, and other towers are reporting problems in Chicago and on the West Coast. And for those of you who are celebrating having gotten through day 8 of day 15, please don't kid yourselves. The way I look at it, we just finished day 8 of day 60 or worse. So get prepared. And while Congress is still debating the relief package, which we hope they'll pass one version of it tomorrow, and maybe the president will sign it, the depressing numbers are adding up even bigger. Consider this. 44% of all hotel workers in America will be out of a job by the end of this week. Revenue has collapsed, occupancy has collapsed, and just about every hotel CEO I'm talking to is not only furloughing a majority of their employees, they're also anticipating, and this is pretty sad, that 1/3 of them, when this is all over, will not be coming back. Now, one of the biggest complaints I continue to receive from you is about canceling, refunding, or vouchering hotels, airlines, tour companies, but you're not getting your money back in many cases. These companies are desperate to hold on to their cash. So are the credit card issuers. This is not fair because under federal credit laws, if you booked a good or service, it's a contract. And if you didn't receive it, you deserve your money back. And my prediction is, as all of these either credit providers or travel providers turn you down, there's going to be a procession of small claims court cases in this country like you've never seen. So if they both turn you down, then who do you appeal to? Well, start with me, Peter at petergreenberg.com, Peter at petergreenberg.com. We will get into it. Remember, the federal credit law should be protecting you. And let me give you one little startling fact. I'm going to give you one little example. In the Dallas area alone, 87% of the people who flew on American Airlines last year only flew the airline once. These aren't frequent business travelers or road warriors. They're leisure travelers who saved up their hard-earned money for that one trip a year. They don't have the resources. They need their money back. It just happened to me 4 days ago. I actually purchased a ticket to go to Los Angeles to meet with my staff, and then I canceled it, or tried to cancel it the next day when the governor of California issued the stay-at-home edict. I couldn't get through on the phone. I couldn't get on the email or on the online. They kept on knocking me out. So when I called 2 days later, the agent wouldn't give me my money back, claiming I hadn't called within the 24-hour rule. Are you kidding me? So what did I do? I didn't take a no from somebody who didn't give me a yes. I stayed on the phone until I got to a supervisor, explained how really wrong this was, and in my case, they then said they'd give me an exception. Well, we're living in exceptional times. There are no exceptions. You're the exception. I'm the exception. They need to do the right thing. Again, Peter at petergreenberg.com. Let me know what they're doing. Now, there are the social scientists who are saying that we're on the threshold of a paradigm shift in the way we live our life and our work styles. And you know what? That may be true. But the one thing that's considered sacred, I consider it sacred, I bet you do too, is our need for active communities, our need for travel, our need for continuing the conversation, and the one positive virus the one positive virus that infects us all, it's travel. So this is a time to support travel agents and travel advisors. Think about this. They have no revenue stream right now, but they're spending 8 to 12 hours in the office every day doing what? Trying to get you your refunds and rebooking, or in some cases, getting you home when there may not be an easy way to do it. So help them out. Same thing with tour guides and bus operators. They're grounded with no income whatsoever. In my case, the lockdown here in New York has given me an opportunity to do more than just rearrange my closets. I actually leave my place every day at 5 o'clock. I go to Central Park to the playground where I grew up, and then I go around the Central Park Reservoir, come back up Madison Avenue. No, not the street, the middle of the avenue. There are no cars. I breathe in the air. I delight in the city that I've always loved. However, here's the deal. As surreal as that sounds, now let's talk about reality. First of all, I owe you an apology with one correction. Last week when I did this video, I reported that the water clarity in Venice was amazing. The pollution levels in China were down. That was correct. But I also reported, based on stories that I'd seen, that dolphins had returned to the canals in Venice. Not true. The photos that were taken to support that story turned out to have been taken in Sardinia. So if there are any dolphins watching, I can tell you this. It's safe to go back to Venice now. We'll work that out. The other story I wanted to tell you about are the cruise lines. They're all empty, they're all parked, or they're steaming back to other ports of convenience, if you will, in Gibraltar and Freeport in the Bahamas and Australia. Some of you may remember the story I did about Captain Kate McHugh, the first female captain in America of a cruise ship on the Celebrity Edge. And the fact that recently, in International Women's Day, all 27 officers on that ship were women. How about that? Well, she's got a ship right now with a lot of crew and 1,200 empty cabins, and it's a luxury cruise ship. So you know what she announced to her crew the other day? Because they're still on the ship. Starting now, they all get to sleep in a luxury balcony cabin. Go Kate. Now, finally, I'd like to leave you with a recommendation, and that is this. During this time of the virus, do at least one order online. Buy yourself an atlas, even a pocket atlas. Put it on your nightstand, your bedside table, and then be prepared to be pleasantly surprised. For the first time in years, and for some of you for the first time ever, you get to embrace the totality of the world and all the wonders of 196 countries, and your endless options to explore it when all this is over. So open it up every night to a random page and be surprised. No more bucket lists. I don't want to hear about France or Italy and Spain. Those are for all the art majors that you failed in college. We're talking about being creative. Now we have to be effective. Last week, I encouraged you to email me with your questions and problems at this difficult time. And boy, did you guys respond. So I'm going to be doing separate videos in the next day where I'm going to answer all your email questions with conclusive options for you to pursue so that you're not a victim here. And so stay tuned for an additional video or two from me that will answer all your questions. Again, peter@petergreenberg.com. I want you to hang in there. I don't want you to forget that while you're sitting there at your PJs and Netflixing your favorite shows, that atlas is by your bedside table. Read it. Remember, our dream destinations may be on hold, but our travel dreams are not. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay sane.